Alright, farming done. Let's continue the story. Never before have I felt so wounded by the mere price of goods. All that sacrament gone. It may have been necessary, but it saddens me nonetheless. Didn't think I'd see BB selling the gate key herself. I bet she just found it lying around, too. What a filthy money grubber.
Uh-huh. Isn't BB the one who turned Seraphix into Seraph? Why would she sell us anything? Since I was created from a part of her, I kind of hate to admit this, but she's kind of warped. Nothing she does has any rhyme or reason.
Well, let's just try this key out, then. These records are secret and can only be viewed by one person at a time. After playback is concluded, the records will be erased and their contents cannot be saved. Do you wish to proceed? Huh?
Oh, that means that only Seraphix admins are authorized to access it. I think it sends the data directly to the brain of whoever's viewing it or something. Basically, it means we won't all be able to find out what it says, just the one who hits the enter key. Which leaves you and me, since we're the only humans here. Oh, I'm a little scared, you know? I think I have a stomachache. You take this one. So, what are you going to do, Gouda?
Look, we paid a lot of money for this key. I'm doing it. Confirmed. Playing back records from February 7th, 2019. To the one viewing these records, I want to leave a record of myself behind before I forget everything. In 2016, I was invited to join Seraphix's team as a mental health specialist, a therapist. Even in this body, I can't help but smile when I think back on that. The first time I was told I'd be working at this church, I remember laughing aloud at the sheer weight of reality crashing down on me. Still, historically speaking, priests and churches could certainly have been considered early providers of mental health care. So while I was a bit resentful of the choices that led me to that posting, I went along with it in the end. After all, this offshore oil rig was a unique environment. Plus, I didn't have anywhere else to go. So I vowed to do whatever I could to help those struggling with mental health challenges here, no matter what was required of me. Everyday life here on Seraphix was fulfilling. As an oil rig with a two-layer structure, both its buildings and the relationships of the people who lived and worked in them were enormously complex. The more I came to know about Seraphix's inner workings and secrets, the more excited I grew. There was the standard crew and the ones with special privileges, oil harvesting and magical energy harvesting, a day staff, and a night staff. It was inevitable that friction would develop between the different groups. Every night I dealt with countless patients in my position at the church. I want to go back to land. I'm tired of dealing with everyone. I want to die. They should shut this place down. They should expand it. After listening to all sorts of complaints, I started to wonder why Seraphix was even created. I have no doubt whatsoever that it was made with the highest of ideals. Those ideals just turned out to be too big to be compatible with the way most people's minds work. In January of 2019, something very strange is happening. We lost contact with the outside world, and strange accidents keep happening all around the facility. The nearly 200 people left are in a constant state of mild fear. Many people were injured. As a therapist, I've been joining the medical team to help victims on site. That's when I saw something I should never have seen. Countless eyes, glowing in the darkness. A monster preying on human minds. February 2019. I've begun to change just like the other staff members have. I can't trust anyone else. I only care for myself. Even the thought of morality has become intolerable. Feelings I've been suppressing all my life are flooding back. It brings me to tears, wondering how it's come to this. There's another festival taking place outside the church tonight. There's a bonfire, gunshots, men smiling eerily as if they'd gone mad. Sacrifices. I see it and I feel nothing. I can so clearly sense how cold my own mind has become. Yet in spite of all of this, the obligation I felt to my job remains intact. After all, the whole reason I was brought here was to provide care for the staff's mental health. So even if I'm the only one left, even if I end up getting killed, I must soothe this increasingly unhinged group's collective hysteria. I gotta help preserve their rationality. March. Today, they smashed in my left eye. They threw me into my house like garbage. I used the last of my strength to lock the church door. I have to record this. I have to record this. I'm not scared of outside visitors. I'm scared of myself. I don't want anyone to see how I've changed. Everyone here's been consumed by madness. That's fine, I can't do anything about that. But I'm not like them. Something else has taken a hold of me. Something even more terrible. I can feel my own mind being stretched thinner by the day. My whole life is fading away. I'll kill them all. Kill them, those scum. Those idiotic working-class lowlifes. That's it. The planetarium prototypes. They'll make it easy. That's what this facility is supposed to be for anyway. So I'll do it. I'll use them as they were meant to be used. I can't let the beast that hurt you roam free. Those fools, those lack-wits. Those maggots are even lower than beasts. Very well, if they want hell, I'll show them hell. I could have sworn I heard someone saying something like that. I can hear one of the mad people, the assistant director maybe, screaming. Show them a real hell. When I hear that, I can't help but shout, you brought this on yourselves. This is terrible. We're all victims, and yet I still detest them. I'm not the same person I used to be. Somebody, please, help me. Do not go in the planetarium. Do not continue its experiment. I'm young. I'm only 25, but I want to remain myself. So please, somebody, anybody, kill me. Kill me before I get taken over. Hey, Slice, thank you very much for the raid. Hello, Slice Raiders. How are your butts doing? Story is rather dark so far. I can tell that whatever you saw unsettled you. I know it must be difficult, but can you tell us about it? So everyone here got cabin fever, formed a cult, and went on a purge, huh? I figured as much. So they were possessed, right? And here I thought BB created this whole mess just for the fun of it. Indeed. This must mean the crew summoned BB of their own accord, regardless of malign outside influence.
That poor priest. Although I don't remember there being any planetarium around here. The planetarium is in the middle of Seraph. It's the power source that's digitizing Seraphix.
What? You knew all along, Melt.
Huh? I'm sorry, I thought you already knew that, seeing how it's completely obvious and all. Well, now you know where your ultimate objective lies. Right? So if you want to fix Seraphix, you must have to find the planetarium. And if you want to do that, you should stop sifting through useless records and keep on exploring.
Indeed, I admit that it vexes me to see us essentially playing into BB's hands. It is, however, worth noting that we managed to find other routes while gathering Sakuramen. I believe it's time we started exploring further.
Further? I don't even want to set foot outside anymore. So wait, does that mean you're gonna leave me here all by myself?
No, I shall remain with you. I still do not cherish the idea of traveling with Meltrulus, and we can't be certain that enemies will not find this base. If it is okay with you, Gawain, I will remain behind and keep both this church and Lady Mabel safe. I see your ulterior motives, Tristan. He can't be trusted, chat. And Gawain's gonna play the wingman, wow. Of course, Tristan. If all goes well, we shall soon return with good tidings.
What? No, sir? Well, look at you two. Is this what they call a bromance?
As knights, they both know what it's like to be tied to their positions. They can't afford to be slaves to etiquette during really dangerous missions. As for me, I've got my own things to handle. You can take care of Gouda. You do not have to tell me that. What is it that you will be doing? There's more than one way to skin a cat. This'll all be over if we take out all the other servants, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Don't worry, I'll stay in touch. Let me know if you find any servants. While you lot are fighting them, I'll sneak up and stab them in the back. Well, talk about raring to fight. Are you sure you're not an assassin? I believe that is for the best. That archer does tend to stand out after all. So, he can draw the servants fighting each other towards him, and let us explore unimpeded.
Oh, so that was his plan all along. I had no idea from the way he put it. He could have just said I'll distract them and be done with it. Maybe he's shy or something. Definitely not. He just likes to do his own thing. At any rate. Gouda, we may have a concrete goal now, but you still need to be careful. Since we're back at the church now, you know what it is you need to do, don't you?
Find Father Kodomine and buy things from him. Rest up, right?
That's right. I'm glad to see you've learned a thing or two by now. Okay then, I'm heading out. I'll see you again in about 6 hours.
Again, I object to making Melt sleep outside.
Then again, if we head to the central command room, you might be able to find a way to escape. You can also contact Caldia from there. This place hasn't completely become Seraph yet, so they should still be able to observe you. The nice thing about ray shifting is that they can always bring you back so long as they can observe you. No matter how unusual Seraph might be, as long as they can see you as Sheba, you can go home. So, what do you want to do? Me, I'm an alter ego. I don't think I can leave this place, or that I should. But you can escape from here, and you should. I'd be willing to fight to help you do that. Gouda, I've only formed a contract with you out of necessity. You didn't have any servants back then, so I had no choice but to save you. Just knowing that is enough for me. I've already got my reward. I'm an alter ego, not a human. From your perspective, I'm more like a doll than a person. So please, don't be sad. Whenever you feel sad, it dulls me down to my toes. And nobody needs a prima ballerina who can't even stand on point, right? So cheer up already. As long as you keep smiling, I'll be by your side. I won't run away no matter what. Not even if the evil witch who created me turns out to have been behind this whole thing. So don't worry, I'll use my best grand fouet to make sure you have a way forward.
Damn, that's like 5 days worth of having a servant in terms of relationship advancement, all in one day. Some strong harem protagonist skill going on right there. Another gate key added to the event shop.
量子通販サイト量子批評サイト BB キッチンにようこそ低ランクミッションクリア初歩的なアイテムですけどあるに越したことはありませんよ
I really love the shop theme for this. Alright, Act 2, The False-Stepped Coppelia. Dum, dum, dum. Let us begin. Well, if it's a berserker, it's probably Tomocat. Tomocat. What other single target NP holders do we happen to have? Coup, technically. Although there might be multiple enemies. That is a possibility. Let's bring Ku anyway. It'll be fine. Got Nero? Yeah, but Nero's not amazing. Looks like we found a new area. Is this near the edge? We may be some distance from the central area now, but Seraph's connections cannot be measured by standard means. Furthermore, there are sure to be areas accessible only via this route. I believe it would be wise to explore it. Lady Meltrilus, do you know what this place held before it became Seraph?
Well, seeing as how it's near the hair, I'm guessing it was for operating and repairing the robotics. Hands and feet are the appendages that react the most strongly to touch, after all. So it must have been made into an arm because it acted like a hand in the seabed investigation. This appears to still be the upper part of the arm. But if we can reach the Thanar, we should find the arm that was used to examine the soil.
You say seabed investigation?
Obviously things are messed up now, but usually this oil rig never dips below the water's surface. So they need some type of robotic appendage to find out if there's oil in the seabed below, right?
Uh-oh. This evil fanfare!
Hello, all you naughty children. Have you been using up all of your AP? You're not compromising with bronze apples, are you? Never mind the consequences, just go ahead and use up whatever you want, when you want. That's the epitome of consumer culture, a sign of how much humanity loves to compete. Now then, it's time for everyone's favorite in-game entertainment. That's right, it's BB Chanaru! I'm your hostess with the mostest, everyone's favorite ruler of the moon, BB. Our poor victim/guest today is our old standby, Gouda & Co.
We can see your pantsuit, BB.
No, you can't. Previous episodes aside, I made sure to account for low-angle shots this time. Look, you can't see below my waist with this portrait, right? Don't let her lead you astray with that nonsense. So, what kind of rules did you come to add this time, BB? Nothing helpful knowing you.
Also, she's not wearing pantsuit, she's wearing a bodysuit. All the white of her shirt is the same as the white of her lower parts. It's all the same outfit.
I don't like this rebellious phase that you're going through, Melchulus. But I appreciate that you can cut right to the heart of things.
Yeah, we can't turn off UI for CGs yet. It just got added to JP, so...
No wonder you're the smartest of the Sakura Five. Though, of course, that's also exactly what alienated you from humanity, so...
Is that true, milady?
Don't listen to her. I've never cared for humanity. I'm just doing as I please. I don't like the idea of being one of BB's pawns. Aw, I just don't get it. Passionlip was just such a good little girl, but you refuse to listen to me. Maybe it's got something to do with your tiny bust and high and mighty attitude. Scrapping you clearly wasn't harsh enough punishment. This is not about bust size. You hear me, BB? It's not. One more word on that subject and I'll kill Gouda before you get the chance.
Hey, how did I get dragged into this?
What? Look at you, Melt. Talk about a temper tantrum. Still, breaking my favorite toy would be the worst thing that you could do to me, so... If you try that, I'll have to retaliate by making Seraph disappear and all of you along with it.
That's quite the threat. Can you really do such a thing?
Of course! All I have to do is shut off the power and it's curtains for everyone. Some servants might still be able to survive that, but Senpai sure wouldn't. You're currently 4,000 meters below surface level, you know. Seraph's the only thing keeping the humans alive.
So the water pressure would just flatten us.
No, not at 4,000 meters. You'd either freeze or drown first. I'd have liked to see what you'd look like in 2D, though, Senpai. I've always thought that boys are best enjoyed as JPEGs. Oops! Look at me going right off on a tangent again. That always seems to happen when I talk to you, Senpai. I just wanted to let you know that I've got some new stock. Gate keys for each area, various items, even a new sentinel. Nyahaha! You expected Ket to show up on time for her cue? Never! This beastly beauty only shows up when she's good and ready. Now give me time off with pay.
Castor? What is the fox lady that accompanied me here doing but on BB's side?
Gouda, I really hate to ask this, but is that another one of your servants?
I'm sorry.
What are you talking about, strange master? The last thing I remember is waking up here in Seraph. I was just an abandoned cat in a box, nya. Yeah. Now I just run around to pay BB back after she took me in and put this total subjugation collar on me. As you can see, I can't control myself right now, so try to keep that in mind during the battle, please.
So, basically it's business as usual.
How is that girl, I mean cat, still able to talk? Not even Lip was able to resist that chaos. Oh well. She's still a tough servant. Go on, kitty. Dinner is served. Why don't you show Senpai what you're capable of to celebrate him making it all the way to this arm? Here she comes, Gouda. Don't hold back just because she's your servant. Now that she's been made into a sentinel, there's nothing you can do for her except put her out of her misery.
Yeah, but it's hard to say that we're actually being affected by any of the atmospheric pressure at all because of the bounding field that is around us.
スロットマシンスタート。おっと、バッドラック。
No, really bad luck. Ah, her NP will one-shot someone. Got it.
じゃあこういうのどうだ。じゃあこういうのどうだ。つまんない連中だな。他にやることないの？
貫いてあげる。あら、怖い。
Big sneeze, chat.
赤いトゲは茨のごとくってな。
I'm pretty sure you can't roll anything other than what is rolled on this fight.
そうや。
I'm pretty sure that these story fight rolls from the BB slots are set.
邪魔者にはそろそろご退場願おうかしら。家の子サラスバティメルトアート楽しみましょう。たまらないわ。実のところ眠くなってきたのである。
Up, 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 up.
見切れるかしら。全力でいくぞ。これが手加減で。
She has done one attack and it has done 0 damage. Very successful sentinel.
切り刻むわ。
おう、行くぜ。
楽しみましょう。
せっ。
It has done 2 attacks and it has done 0 damage.
呪い行くぜ。任せな。その心臓もらい受ける。ゲイボルゴ。
That was depressingly low damage.
よいしょっと。
ぶっちぎる。
じゃあこういうのどうだ。じゃあこういうのどうだ。じゃあこういうのどうだ。
All right. time for her to melt.
やれ邪魔者にはそろそろご退場願おうかし消えなさいサラスバキメルト
なんだよ、あっけねえな。
Rip Cat, you got one actual hit off. A whole one hit. Wow.
BB, they're way too strong. A single fish gauge isn't going to be nearly enough. Cat, you didn't even bother to use that karma phage I went to the trouble of making for you even once, did you? Karma phage? Right. I don't know what I was thinking trusting you with an important job like this. Damn it, if only my matcha robot plan had panned out in time. Yeah, you should have seen this coming the moment you asked the cat for help. I just felt something move under my feet. Is this a trapdoor? Damn straight it is. Now get out of here and wait at your designated position. You got it! Okay, that's all for this episode. BB out. Wait, I won't say anything about that whole embarrassment with Kat. Just answer my question. What's the story with the 128 new servants that Mabel woman mentioned? Are you moving the game to another table, even though this Holy Grail War isn't over yet? Oh, Anna, those? I summoned them, of course. I mean, naturally, Lip went and accidentally crushed them all, but I expect I'll summon more once the next stage is ready. After all, there's only around 30 servants left on Seraph right now, and where's the fun in that? There's no point in a Seraph without any danger. When it comes to servants, the sky's the limit. I want to fill all of Seraph with them, so that we get more intense infighting and more violent resistance. Otherwise, it won't be a proper reaction from the Temple of Time. What Seraph needs right now is thousands, no, tens of thousands of heroic spirits.
The Temple of Time? You know of that battle.
Who, me? I don't have any record of things that have happened outside of the universe. I'm just a game master. It's your karma, your actions up until now, that lead your viewers to draw connections between disparate events. Hi! That's enough Q&A time! Oh, but one thing before I go. There's only one real-world hour left until you hit the seabed, which means you're well into the second half of the Great Seraph Escape game. Enjoy!
Well. So this isn't just another singularity. My apologies, I'm afraid I do not know yet myself. Merlin might be able to grasp the entirety of this situation, but as we ourselves lack clairvoyance, we can see no more than what is immediately before us. But that is no cause to despair. We have a clear purpose and hardy legs to carry us toward it. So that's why we're not allowed to have Gilgamesh with us, because he has clairvoyance and he'd be able to cheat. Yeah, you're right. Well, let's keep exploring. My thoughts exactly. I'm grateful to have you as a master. Let's continue on our way. I shall accompany you no matter where you lead. Like he'd help us anyway? Nah, Gilgamesh, he's just a big teddy bear. He'd totally help. The flank separator.
量子批評サイト BB 量子通販サイト
Look, I just happen to have enough Sakura
さらなる
bucks.
クエストとは
Just tell Gilgamesh he's allowed to strip naked and he'll be happy enough to do it. Act 2, The False Step Coppelia continues. We've certainly come a long way, although it appears the path ahead does not lead anywhere else. Blank, what are we even talking about? I can answer that, Master. It is a word that specifically refers to the side of the body. You may have heard the term applied in certain cuts of beef. Blank, it's that area of my body that hurts crazy bad right
It looks like there isn't anything here except another human memory. Why don't you go touch it? You might learn something useful.
Touch. When weird things first started happening on Seraphix, I was secretly thrilled. I'm not like the other academics. I'm a fixer. I was brought here in case things go wrong. My real job was to dispose of anyone who might get in our way, or try to leak secrets. Sometimes I'd also check how healthy the supplies that came in from the outside were. It was dirty work, but so what? I'm a bad guy. It was nothing I hadn't done countless times before. I don't trust others. I can only see them as patsies. The weak are meant to be exploited. If I didn't, a punk like me without any parents, schooling, or luck could never survive out there. So I was sure I'd be able to survive this situation too. Groups without a leader always fall apart. They start by arguing, then they divide themselves into factions, usually based on class. Then the ones with vested interests start discriminating against others. Once a few people end up dead, well, that's where I come in. I'm not suited to being on top. I'm ugly, bad-tempered, and totally lacking in charisma. So I make sure to follow people who aren't any of those things. Because curiously enough, leaders like that never have the trait that guys like me do. The endless capacity for brutally merciless violence. Oh my god, do you wear an eye patch and carry around a fake sword with you, you fucking chuny? Calm down, Sasuke. When you get down to it, my total lack of empathy for my victims was my greatest weapon. And just as I expected, Beckman began bringing the survivors together. He formed an organization, set down laws, and chose me to enforce them. It was wonderful. I was finally living in a world I'd always dreamed of. I can indulge completely in my desire to dominate those around me. I killed good people, people I didn't like. One guy, I fed to a monster just because I felt like it. Just because he caught my eye. I'm a bad guy. I never expected anything from this world. Nobody ever respected me except me. That's why I don't understand. Why did this happen to me? It was so nice. I learned there were other ways to deal with people besides dominating them. I learned about love. I never dreamed that a guy like me could ever find love. This world offered me salvation. That's why I'd do anything for her. And I mean anything. Not just the petty crimes I've done before. I'm not scared of anything. I don't care if all of America's against me. Nothing in the world can hurt me. No, wait. There is still one thing I'm scared of. In fact, it's downright terrifying. This thought alone scares me far more than any my own death ever could. I'm scared that one day, she'll come to despise me and throw me away. I'm scared to go back to being the subhuman scum that I once was. I know love now. My eyes are finally open to the concept of affection. To affection that could change the world. That's why if the alternative is losing this love I've finally found, I'd rather watch the whole world burn. That was... Gouda, I do not profess to know what it is you have seen. But that was the voice of a wounded sinner, pleading for help, asking God for forgiveness on his deathbed.
Why are you getting all sentimental? It doesn't matter how they try to cover it up. A sinner is a sinner. They can repent all they want, but that won't change their sins. The only way to do that would be to undo the damage their sins caused. But humans don't have that power, so all they can do is try to balance the scales by doing good deeds. The sins remain forever. Even if someone puts their sins behind them, a sinner is still a sinner. You know what I'm talking about, right, Gawain? You go around telling others to do good deeds, to protect all that's good, but you don't include yourself. Much as you play at being just, you're doomed to be trapped by the justice you yourself will face in your final moments.
I cannot deny the truth of what you say, and yet I'm amazed to hear you, of all people, say it. Thank you, milady, but you need not concern yourself. I'm satisfied with the way I am. In the end, acting as we wish, as we wish is truly what it means to be human.
Don't worry. I wasn't concerned about you at all. If it makes you happy to follow social customs, or the law, or your emotions, then knock yourself out. That kind of posturing is also something that only humans do. What sad creatures you are.
What sad creatures we are, chat. Fucking more gate keys Alright, well, story time's gonna have to be put on pause for now since it's gate key farming time. Fun times. Alright, let's get to farming.